go down there quarter mile over, maybe third of a mile, and it starts to drop. Because you're in the Grand Canyon.
Right.
Yeah, you're right there. So that thing drops all the way to the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I won't do that.
No, that's so cool. They all learn on that.
Yeah, but I gotta find out where this hog ranch is. She said it was south.
It should be on the map.
It should be.
There was a sign to it when we drove in.
Oh, really?
Yes, there was a sign to it when we drove in on one of the roads. One of the dirt roads that cut off. Yeah, I remember a hog on that.
Okay.
Yeah,
She said it was south and east of where we were.
I don't remember which side of the road the sign was, but I remember that sign that said hog ranch.
Okay. And she said it wasn't that far, you know, a few miles from where this one was.
Well, it's such a pretty area. You know,
Oh, beautiful.
with a variety of pines and prairie, and it's really fun just to drive around it.
Yeah.
And your son both
Bogdan.
Bogdan. What a great job he did. He's got a gift.
He's leaving next week, I think.
Is he?
Yeah, he's moving to Texas.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a gift at that stuff.
Oh, he does. Well, that's in their blood, you know, the drone stuff. And the Ukrainians. But,
He's using it for a better purpose, I think.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, but what a gift that video was, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he did all that stuff online, you know, all the cut and paste and
Yeah, that was good.
so now he's got a couple other people saying, "Oh, can you come do something for me? Can you just go?" I don't know. I told him, I said, "Yeah, I'll start a little side business." He enjoys it.
He's so good at it.
It's like that part where at the end there, he said, "Slow down, I'm gonna put the drone out the window." He holds the drone out the window.
Yeah, we were behind you watching, going,
And
what the heck are they doing?
takes off, and he said,
Yeah, the thing's flying around.
yeah,
And then the video of everybody driving out was great.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it was nice the way he structured it from beginning to end, project working and driving out,
yeah,
the whole thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I was really impressed.
Only thing I told him I wish he'd have done was got some of the Wallify on, you know, got some video with them, you know,
Yeah, well,
talking about the partnership or whatever, but
That's fine.
he did a great job.
no, he really did. I was impressed.
Well, there was a hockey puck fire is halfway between Six Springs and Tupac.
On the res? Yeah.
I don't know how anything could burn up there. It was so wet. I mean, it was just, it rained as hard as I've seen it rain driving out of there.
Pretty good.
I'm
Yeah, I
sure
mean,
it's
it was,
lightning
that was
storm.
wild. I mean, that was just, I love storms. I love the lightning and I love the heavy rain. Boy, we had a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah, coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Driving
crazy.
out, and then we're coming out of Sewardson, and my phone's going off with flash flood warnings. So I pulled up the maps on it, and of course, we're right in the middle of the flood zone, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was coming down.
Well, it was really, and lightning, big, heavy lightning, you know, so. But I can't imagine if they have fire up there, as wet as it is.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff is dead from the drought, if you remember driving out of there, the
Yeah.
pines. But still, as wet as it's been raining, if they have a fire up there, it's probably do more good than harm.
Yeah. Well, that's Nebula's, and they're getting a little moisture up there pretty much every day in different parts of the reservation.
Yeah.
But
Well, I was up at Horseshoe Lake yesterday. We had a project that didn't turn out, and I needed to get out and do something, so I went up shooting up there. Green, water everywhere. I didn't go all the way to the lake, I just went up to the hill.
they lifted the fire restrictions?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a while back, and I went to do some pistol shooting, but I was amazed. It looks like spring. There's grass everywhere, there's flowers. There's a little dirt road that I drive down where you can shoot into a hill, and there's puddles. I mean, the road's full of water. Going,
I was up in Pono Basin on Tuesday or Wednesday, Tuesday, and it was the same way. I couldn't get over the grass next
Yeah,
to
I don't
the
know.
188.
Springtime, doesn't it?
Huh? It does.
yeah, that's 15 minutes from my house. At my house, you could really get dust. I mean, literally. I mean, it's
Well,
like,
Don Terry said they've had over 6 inches this
Wow.
monsoon.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I was just looking, my correlation today is the yellowfin are here on mass.
Yeah,
We get rain.
yeah, yeah, crazy.
you know,
I hope just continues.
I've given up all hope. It's
Yeah, I
gonna
understand.
rain.
Have you all been getting any rain?
No, we haven't gotten any.
Oh, really?
We get wind every day, but
No moisture.
We're just in some little,
we're now
little
in
vortex.
that valley that everybody else around us will get it, or just us will get it, and nobody else. It's really weird.
Well, it's coming, they're saying, later
Well,
on
I
next
know,
week.
I listened to, my uncle was on a webinar through U of A, and they were talking about the El Nino and the pattern, and they're predicting it's supposed to come. I don't know.
Yeah, but they've been predicting that for 5 years.
I know.
Well, they keep saying the fall, they keep saying late summer, fall, everything I'm
Yeah,
reading.
October.
Yeah, it's saying October, November,
Yeah.
it seems like, we'll go out there.
Well, my correlation there is I don't have an Espadura and Elkhorn, so it could be dry. If I had an Elkhorn, it would be, you know,
Well, we had
12.
seven beer tags and I think 8 or 9 milk tags.
Wow.
For the herd. So, and I look at our elk camp's at 8,000 feet.
And there's a fire up there too.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, we couldn't even get close to where it was, and we didn't know the area well enough to go somewhere else. So we camped literally at about 4 feet of snow, and the truck finally got stuck. We couldn't get any further up the road. So we spent the first 2 days getting trucks out of the snow.
Where is this at?
Up on the north side of the San Francisco beach.
Okay.
And, you know, we could chase elk, you know, but we literally, I mean, it was 3 feet deep where the easy places were. We finally said, it's time to go to town, everyone can go home, they'll be here next year. We just couldn't get around, you know, everybody's going, well, we gotta bring snow shoes. Well, and then next year, you can hunt in shorts. It was so warm and dry.
Crazy.
So, I figured this year we'll do it, but now we know the area so much better. We've got an area much lower where we could get in camp. So we didn't know the area well, we camp up high, we just get up to the above us and below us. And now we know that lower area, so we'll do in the lower area.
Are you hunting up there where that bowl is up there?
Yeah, pretty close to that.
Yeah.
We're literally right on the north side of the San Francisco Peak,
Yeah.
the non-ski.
22 acres.
Yeah. That's something like,
East side of the highway here.
that's how it's funny to go through that valley I was asking you about. That's one of the spookiest things I've ever seen. We were, Ken's son, Andrew, had some guys who said, oh, there's a bunch of elk on the other side of the road on the east side of Sunset Crater. So we took a day and drove over there. We came back to a valley probably 2 miles long that was black and white ash, and all the trees were just skeletons, just flat.
Yeah.
I mean, it was something out of a bad movie. I mean, we're driving through there and I'm going, this is one of the spookiest places I've ever been.
Skinwalkers.
Yeah, well, exactly. I'm thinking, you know, I'm not superstitious, but I just don't stop. And probably 2 miles of it, just ash and burnt trees,
Wow.
just skeletons. And there was nothing new growing on the ground. I mean, it was like a moonship.
So it must have just happened now too.
Is that,
Yeah, maybe a year
is
ago.
that cinders?
It was east of the Cinders, because I was asking you guys, it was kind of a hippie town up on the edge of it, out in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah,
a bunch
yeah.
of old geodesic stones and stuff. And we went by that and drove through this valley,
That's heavy.
and I said, well, I'll tell you what, this is as weird as I've seen.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm not going back. Sorry. Happy trails. Yeah, that was scary.
Oh, nice day.
I just made the last hot one. And then it's too long.
I'm sorry, 108 is not full.
You ever thought, I grew up in northern Illinois, in a prairie state. You ever thought at the place where the news was just a cold front coming, it's only gonna be 105?
I know. I get excited when it's only 105.
Me too, yeah.
Ooh, it's cold outside. I should bring my jacket.
Okay, here's one for you. Wall pie. What does it mean? keeping all the tall pines.
Yeah, people with the tall pines, but they got the snot knocked out of them by the army.
There.
Yeah, well, remember you were talking to Cleve
Mm-hmm.
about the pipe and stuff, and talking about your girlfriend that read you the right act about what you want out of it. And he said, you gotta realize, you know, there are a lot of people here that are still 100 years ago that don't trust the white man no matter what. And the reason is that most of the tribe got wiped out by the cavalry because you have a raiding settlers coming across on the road to Fort Mojave. And killed a bunch of them.
Yeah, but you saw what's so pissed about the little baby one.
I'm not. And then they ran up, and I'm a Spencer fan, I'm just reading about this, you know, but the army came in from Fort Yuma, up on the Mojave came in and wiped them out. I mean, literally wiped them out, and Wallify was a small group that basically in their peace plan said, we didn't do it, we make peace, we don't wanna fight, we don't wanna do anything, so they're the peaceful camp of the Wallify. But they were pressed after the river all the way around one time.
Oh, really?
But they got the snot knocked out of them. And but that's what Cleve was saying, you gotta remember.
And they still, they still,
Yeah, a lot of people
they're
here
living there.
still living 100 years ago, you know, and they don't want you guys around, because of what happened before.
Hmm.
Well, maybe next time we show up on horseback.
I think we did. It was cavalry.
I was trying to start a fight.
I'm still stupefied why they didn't evacuate that hotel.
So am I, because they really should have. I sent you the picture, the article.
Yeah.
Did he tell you what happened?
There was a fire?
No, we're coming back from the project, and we're parked on the side of this hotel, nice hotel, and somebody smells propane. And there's a big propane tank behind the hotel, and you can see it coming out of the bottom, spraying
Yeah, squirting out of my
out,
car.
not gas, liquid propane,
Yeah.
spraying out in the ground. And I said, this isn't good, we gotta get out of here. So we went into the hotel, and we told them, we said, hey, your propane tank's running like crazy, so they evacuated the restaurant, the hotel, and I'm going,
Just a restaurant.
yeah, just a restaurant. And I walk around the back in the corner, and the restaurant people on this tank's from here to that building, 120 yards. They're smoking cigarettes.
No.
And I grabbed the cigarette from the girl, and I said, what are you doing? And the fire department comes up, and they're just standing there looking at it. And I'm thinking, what in the hell?
Yeah,
And then they finally
yeah,
said, well, you guys can go
yeah.
back into your rooms. And do you remember the Kingman propane fire back, you know, how many years ago? They lost the entire Kingman fire department. Because they were moving propane from the rail car to a siding to a tank. And same thing happened. The leak came out, I guess the pressure increases it tremendously and raises the heat. And the tank blew up, killed 11 people in Kingman. And they never even put water in the thing, and they said, well, we're just gonna let it, you know, vent. And they couldn't get the propane people from Kingman there, because the old Route 66 had washed out between two springs and, two springs and Kingman. They couldn't get the propane people there. And the fire department's just standing there going,
No.
so this could not go well. My hotel room was on the opposite side, so I was okay.
That
I mean, there's a
big-
reason why the miners carry a canary wood. You know, these gases are silent killers. I mean,
It was a hell of a trip, you know.
Yeah, well,
how long ago was this?
3 weeks.
3 weeks ago.
Good morning.
This is Pablo.
How's it going? I'm Pablo. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Jim.
Jim.
Pleasure.
John, nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Welcome to the
my
show.
pleasure.
My pleasure as well. I've heard you a lot.
Hey,
You're
Pablo, Reed.
Reed, nice to meet you.
Right,
met?
do you want
Yes,
to-
Tyson.
I'm Stacey.
No, hey, Stacey, nice to meet you. I'm Pablo. So I'll be helping out every once in a while. So I'm just training today. I'm just want to try to back there. Yeah. But I do have experience, so don't worry. 20 years experience.
Oh, that's good. Congratulations.
I work at KFY Monday through Friday with James T. Harris show. So, and then currently before that, I was spent 19 years at Bonneville, KTAR. So,
That's what I thought.
yeah.
So you know Pat McMahon?
Yeah, I love Pat. Pat's great. Oh, I love Pat McMahon. He's one of my favorite guys. Yeah. Yeah.
And there was a joke for a while because all we had was KTR forever, and out where we lived in Bend, and you got a morning show, you had an afternoon show, they're gonna change to K-Pat.
Oh yeah, K-Pat. Yeah, I love that. He event's great. There's a duck club out there that I got invited to one time many years ago. Yeah. Great. Well, it's nice to meet all of you guys. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Reed.
Pablo.
Yeah, Reed, that's a cool name. I like that. All right, have a good show, you guys.
Hey, I got a question for you. what happened to your sprayer?
Broke frame.
Because when you're out there, I'm looking at it, and I'm going, the tires are messed up, things halfway in the ditch, and then somebody broke the windshield in it.
Well, no, that, the frame, that he was coming up out of the field empty,
Uh-huh.
and the frame broke.
Oh, I
And
couldn't
the
tell.
front engine went into the windshield.
Oh, I wonder what happened, because I'm looking at it,
So-
going, what the heck happened here?
And it's a 1998 model, and I got my insurance to total it. Finally, literally a couple of weeks ago, finally got all done. And so, I got permission to buy it back, and I literally got that done. They paid me for it, and so I'm gonna scrap the boom, but the engine's still good. There's a couple other things, but the frame, the way the frame broke, and plan obsolescence,
No.
they don't support it anymore because it's over 15 years old.
Yeah. Yes. Constantly, because it's never, I never got the fucking contact, you know? He was gonna send me the stuff. Yeah, no, that's when I saw you guys, I said, okay,
He's one of mine in town. Okay?
If you had that stuff out there, I don't know if you would, we would include that business information from our system.
is on a 3-day. They've got 62 on the deck, and Sea Adventure 80. Good old Chuck Taft, they've got 135 on the deck.
Well, if your theory's right, should rain like heck for
Well,
a week or two.
there's the proof in the pudding right there.
Well, we'll go from dust to you can't get there from here.
Yeah.
What we doing sitting here? We need to be over there.
Why, I'm telling you, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm talking to Chemo. They're trying to make me go to Hawaii in September. They got an all hands meeting. Are we hot?
We have no sound, I think.
Huh?
I can't get any sound. I'm trying.
Did you reboot? Huh. Well, I'm not getting any hate mail.
I listened and I couldn't hear anything. Everything's turned off, disabled.
Is YouTube up?
Well, it's up, but nobody can hear you.
Huh.
You don't have any sound.
Say, Rebecca, do you need to hit a button so we can have sound? We're not getting sound on our refeed.
Tyson, how you been, buddy?
No, I've been really good. Been a little busy.
You got Captain Bill?
I've been
No?
over in Agua Caliente. I moved 20 acres worth of dirt and made a 14-acre, 20-foot.
I can't hear you with the monitor on.
So it's just and a couple scrapers and a bulldozer, and Tatum was on a bulldozer.
No, that's good enough. We can
Yeah.
only do what we do.
And
Okay.
then, you remember Tom who worked for me?
Yeah.
He had a stroke about 6 weeks ago,
Oh, geez.
and so I've been without Tom, and it's been
How old is he?
83.
That's too bad. You doing all right now?
He's doing all right, but he's really mad at me because I won't let him. He's not legal to drive for 100 days after your stroke. It's so hot.
Oh, yeah.
It's not maybe this fall, but he's so mad at me right now.
Yeah.
But I can't. 83. Wow. Looks good for 83 days.
He
no
does
kidding.
look
Yeah,
good for
that's
83. I thought you were gonna say the late 60s
Oh,
or
no.
something. Wow.
It's all those Vienna sausages and
Yeah.
cold hot dogs he's eaten over the years.
Yeah. Man, that's a bummer.
He was just that kind of guy in the shadows that just kind of helped things happen. You know?
Right.
And hey, Tom, will you run down and pick this up? Okay. Or can you do this? Or can you do that? And it's just, and he was always bitching about something, but I kind of miss him. You know, he's kind of
Yeah, you should,
cantankerous
yeah.
and was I'm talking about like he's dead. He's not dead. He's living with his daughter now, but
Is he in Gila Bend or?
no, she lives in Pebble Creek.
Oh, in Pebble Creek. Okay.
So, you guys had an interesting life. He's been widowed twice.
Okay, we're negative on communication with the Good Boat Horizon and Captain Bill, but I was talking to Jim and RC and Tyson during the break. The yellowtail reported yesterday was good. The yellowfin was even better. Yesterday they voted 318. The Premier is running half-day trips, AM and PM trips. They're whacking the barracuda and sand bass. I mean, their PM trip had 55 guys. They had 212 barracuda. Malahini had a great day. 280 barracuda were kept. Now there's 28-inch minimum length, and then there were 180 released, and then there was excuse the term, but a boatload of bottom fish. Grande fished the Coronado Islands. They had 37 yellowtail. for 39 people, 71 whitefish, 15 bonita, and the Horizons was on an overnight. They turned around, headed out this morning. They had 24 anglers aboard, 92 yellowfin. When I talked to Captain Bill last night, he was just ecstatic, and 8 skipjack. The significance of the skipjack is they're like the toilet paper of the migratory season, because they start wiping up the rear after the yellowfin get here. So this is personally making me kind of nervous. I don't know how long this yellowfin bite's going to go on, but it's way. I mean, like everything else. Yeah, RC in Tyson, Jim, we've been talking about. Last year everything was really early. This year everything's really late.
Yeah.
And so that leads me to believe, depending on what El Nino is going to do, and I can't believe Noah one way or another, because it changes like we changed our socks. What's going to happen in the latter part of the year. You were talking this morning, you're thinking we're going to have a wet winter.
That's what they're saying. They're saying October, November, December. Heavy.
Send them a note when they do the weather report. Look out the window.
They're in a room with no windows. You know that.
Yeah, little computer warriors,
Yeah, exactly.
keyboard killers. And then to wrap this up, the Old Glory was overnight with 33 anglers, 123 yellowfin, 2 Dorado, excellent table fare. And the producer, Ray's Old Boat, was on an overnight, 29 anglers, 66 yellowfin, 2 Dorado. So book your trip. It's still good. It's not going to get any better than it is right now. I guarantee you. So, all right, back to you guys. Jim, what's the next project? You're talking about Hog Ranch, Hog Hill.
Hog Ranch, yeah.
Hog Ranch.
Hog Ranch, yeah. That's the next one. Ancho, the rancher you mentioned from the Wallapai, he's also works at the Natural Resource Department. So
I see.
He's kind of ramrodding these projects, and which ones are in line next to be redeveloped. So that's the word I got was we just need to pick a date. So I need to get with you and Reed and some other people at MDF and see when we want to jump on this Hog Ranch catchment.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Don Pelfrey was up there and did a great job, and we had another gentleman up there that I met for the first time from Flagstaff.
Audrey,
yeah.
great guy, yeah.
Interesting chap. He's almost as interesting as RC, because these guys are over here talking minerals. I mean, he was a mining engineer, not RC, but
yeah.
and RC and I, we're going down by the Ray mine, and we keep seeing some white stuff.
I still think it's limestone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think they got a limestone layer.
That's
But
the
it's
only
incredible,
thing that
yeah.
makes sense. Either that or chalk.
That's kind of limestone.
Well, somebody has to mine chalk. We had it when we were little kids on the chalkboard.
Yep.
I haven't seen a piece of chalk for
Forever.
2 decades there. All right. Well, that sounds pretty fun. I know Don Pelfrey's been having some Gunnapalooza project or banquet type things. They had one at Jake's Corner. I popped in, popped out. You were there. What was the outcome of that one?
Oh, it was great. It was that was the first fundraiser this year for the Rim Country chapter and Brent Stevenson up there for the Mule Deer Foundation, and they did great. They raffled off or had I think 22 guns, 24 guns.
Yeah, he had all.
So the locals up there came out and showed up in mass, and we had a great time, raised some money for mule deer, and it was great. It was really great.
Well, that particular neighborhood, Tunnel Basin, let's say, anytime you have an event, it's a big deal.
It is.
Because there is not a lot going on up there.
There's not, but they, when you have something like this, they all show up to support you. The Klein family, and just a lot of the folks up there. In fact, I talked to another rancher up there last week, and he says, "Oh gosh, you should have told me. I'd have been there to support you guys." And
Oh my goodness.
you know, so he didn't know we were up there. So, but yeah, that was a great fundraiser. And then the following weekend we had a banquet, the first banquet for the Tucson chapter.
Yeah.
And they did really well. I think they had close to 180, 190 people.
Wow.
At their banquet, and from what I've heard, as far as the numbers go, they did really well financially for their, and all that money's going to go back on the ground.
Perfect.
So, yeah. So.
Well, we've had some developments here in Arizona, and I don't want to get on my political soapbox because it will not end well. But the $9 million fire and flood mitigation fund has now evaporated from Arizona Department of Ag. Thank you to the good governor of the state with budget overruns. And then you were talking to Department of Forestry and Fire Management on some mitigation funds. They don't have that anymore, as you pointed out. They're
Right.
pointed back to Department of Ag. So it's turned into a food fight because neither one of those guys have any money. And RC and I are over there dealing with X4, the Griffin X4 Ranch. They lost 11 miles of pipeline. We went over and surveyed it, and it's a big deal. It's key habitat for mule deer and elk. A lot of elk winter there. You know, I mean, it's a huge deal. Turkey and
Right.
javelinas and of course the livestock that they try to keep there. They lost three tanks to my calculations that I looked at, and then the Forest Service incident management crew started to backfire, which backfired, and they
That
burned.
happens often.
Yeah, they burned another 2.5 miles of pipe. Two more drinkers, old concrete drinkers. I'm gonna say, yeah, they still had some lifetime, but that heat on concrete makes it crack.
Oh,
Yeah, so these things were all busted up, and there was a steel tank that got hot enough, and I know steel well enough, the heat on the molecular structure is not a good thing. It melted, burned, bubbled, and melted the paint. That's pretty hot.
it is.
Yeah,
And you know that poly pipe, that they call it a lit fuse,
It is.
because it can burn in one spot and then travel for, I don't know, several hundred feet, and then come up and burn another area of pipe. And
Boom, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
We saw that, I tried to document that in my survey, but, it's just, it's a travesty what's going on with, the state. It's gonna be interesting to see how the, elections sort out, but, we've got letters going to, already sent, and a bunch more headed out, hopefully next week or shortly the week after.
Right.
To Department of Ag, the Forest Service, Fish and Wildlife. 'Cause these guys, in my estimation, they need to quit playing bureaucrats, step to the pump, and start writing checks.
They do, and it's concerning when you hear about these ranchers that are burning all their infrastructure and have no way to not only water their livestock, but like Reed had mentioned earlier, without these ranchers, you wouldn't see all the elk and the mule deer and the antelope that you see right now.
That's correct.
I mean, they're the ones keeping water on the landscape.
Yeah.
So it's concerning that this funding's drying up. You remember a couple of years ago, we would go out and survey these ranches that were still smoldering,
Oh, yeah.
and we were able to access funding, to rerun pipelines.
Almost immediately.
Almost immediately,
Yeah.
within 30 days. And now it's just crickets. There's no money out there.
Well,
available.
we're trying to wake up the crickets, and we got some other issues with BLM we need to address, and Reed's like a monkey on a cupcake on that one. So
You bet.
anyway, we got to flip into a break. When we come back, we'll continue picking on RC. It seems to be
Perfect.
fun. That's the way it's going. So.
Huh. is all I have to say.
Yeah, if something goes south, 1-800 call RC.
Might as well. I'll
Okay,
fix it.
we'll be right back here on Fox Sports 910.
How's the back?
Sucks. I'm going in tomorrow, see a surgeon.
All right. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
I'm tired of the Band-Aids, you know, the guy I go to now, he just wants you to take more gabapentin, take more you know. I've been on gabapentin for 3 years and just, you know, it's just getting
that's
worse.
on your back?
And for neuropathy, you know, in your feet and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's, you
Well,
know,
get healthy. We need you.
well, that's the plan. You know, it's like when we were out there a few weeks ago, there not a lot I can do, you know.
No, you were doing a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I can't
Yeah,
bend over, and
You were doing an awful lot for a guy with a bad back.
so yeah, hopefully this guy, he was recommended by a customer of mine who's a physician, but he said this guy walks on water. He said he's just awesome.
Where is he?
He has a place, an office in Scottsdale and then one in Phoenix.
So he's not one of the hospitals. He's just an independent.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to be really good.
Huh.
So, only thing I don't like about, I've never had surgery before.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So I don't know how long it takes to recoup from something like that. I'm gonna find all this out tomorrow. So, and even if I'm a candidate, they're gonna send me in for another MRI. You know, because the one they did was about 1.5 years ago. So, but we'll see.
What's his name?
Travis Fields.
Oh, Dr. Fields.
You know him?
Yeah. That's when Scott did. I went to him first. And he didn't even look me in the eye, and he wanted to give me pain pills.
Oh, really?
But he's the one that he's the guy. He's the Diamondbacks. He's the Cardinals. He is the man.
That's what I hear. I have a customer that just had back surgery. He did the surgery about 6-7 months ago now, and he said, "Jim, this guy is." But you know, you hear the next guy goes in, and he said it was a nightmare.
They don't always go.
You know,
well. That's the thing.
everybody's
Yeah,
different.
I mean,
I
it's-
know,
he,
it's-
uh,
yeah.
But I've done the ablation stuff. I've done, everything, and just I'm tired of them just wanting you to take pills. You know, it's not going to get any better.
Dr. Frederick Marciano was a guy. He's in Banner off of Scottsdale Road. He's an Army doctor, and when first time I met him, he already looked at my MRI because he was my second opinion. He goes, "It's not if you need surgery; it's just when do you want to quit tolerating the pain."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, "You can live with this forever." I wasn't in pain; my legs were asleep.
See, that's what's happening
And
to
I
me.
kept telling him my legs are asleep, and that's why I was mad at Dr. Fields. Is he goes, "You want some Percocet? You want this? You want that?" And I said, "No, I just want an operation." Well, you're out of network. You'll be booked in 6 months, and he was busy.
Have you ever had where your legs get so numb? This is a couple months ago now, but I meant to hit the brake and I hit the gas, you know, on my truck.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I couldn't feel my legs.
The only thing that happened to me is
Scared the hell out of me.
when I would get out of the pickup and I put my left leg down, it would be asleep, and I'd have to like catch myself because it was
I mean,
like
he would just drag his right leg. Like, his shoes were wearing out weird because he
This
was.
sounds like a geriatric radio show.
Well, that's the
I was gonna say,
Seriously.
where am I?
that's the Hunchback of Notre Dame
I'm
thing
in
from
Sun City.
for me.
I
Best
forgot my
thing-
walker today.
best thing I ever did. But those 8 screws. And
All right, you guys got to get me out of here. This sounds like a geriatrics convention in here. Aches, pains. Oh, I got a blister on my toe. And, you know, Stacy's the only one that's not complaining.
I know. I'm good. I'm good.
Wow. Leave it to the guys. Okay, here's some stuff that's you need to know about. Even though we have monsoon right now, we've got about 13 wildfires going on statewide. One of them is up there by the Wallapai tribe. That's halfway between Peach Springs and Supai. It's called the Hockey Puck Fire. Chris Hofworth should be proud of that. It's burnt 15 acres, not under control. There's a Hanks Fire west of the 260 north of Forest Lakes, that's out of control, and then there's another one, cabin fire. I don't know what the acreage is on that, but you know, it's still with the precipitation in RC, and I saw it, Jim, when we were coming back. I don't know if you guys got caught in it or not. Coming in from Friday, working on the trick tank number 11, we had a downpour, and I'm telling you, I have not. We were in a 1500 Dodge Ram. You couldn't see the center of the hood.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was
coming down.
Coming down, brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the lightning was no joke. That stuff was going straight down like
The
missiles.
lightning was incredible.
Boom.
You know, cloud to ground lightning.
Yeah.
I mean, right next to us. You'd
Yeah.
see a flash and a boom.
Oh yeah.
Right on us.
Yeah.
I picked my feet up off the floor of the truck just in case.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we were met with a, I'm guessing that's probably a 2,500 or 3,000 gallon liquid propane tank that was spewing.
Big time. Big time.
So it was just it was an adventure.
It was. We didn't have much downtime on this
No,
project.
it was lock and load. You know.
It was.
Well, I think that was a classic working relationship with the Wallapai folks. The Game and Fish guys jumped in there. Cleve, I'm not sure who is he attached to.
He's the new assistant director with the Wallapai Game and Fish.
Oh, okay.
Super nice guy.
Okay, then we had
Anna, the director, was out
yeah,
there.
she was there.
Garwayne,
Yeah.
our old buddy Garwayne, he was out there.
Yeah. Anna did good. She's kind of in charge of parties and lunch, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, they had a huge lunch.
They did. They fed us well, so we appreciated that. All the volunteers appreciated that. Yeah, they're just a great group of people. I tell you, I've met a lot of these projects we do around the state, but I don't know why, but the Wallapai, the people there just, I don't know. You get close to them and just super nice folks.
Yeah, RC and I were talking on the way back. We saw one lone bull elk, and the cognition is that guy right there. That's why we're doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff we just finished up the Indian camp for rancher Button and Carroll down there on the Du Bois Ranch, and it's made a huge difference. The deer coming in there, and my grant people, we must have 13 or 14 grant requests in that we're pushing on. And I had one lady, let's see, Warm Springs, she sent me a picture. She was pumping water out of a water wagon into a drinker, and the mule deer was standing there patiently waiting
For her to finish.
30 yards
Going up
away,
there.
waiting for a drink of water.
Yeah.
So it's in RC. This guy, thankfully, he mentioned a few years ago the wildfires were bad enough. This guy grabbed our water wagon, took off. I said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm hauling water." I said, "Jim, it's still burning." He goes, "I know."
It doesn't matter. You gotta get the water out
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So he's hauling water right in the middle of the fire over there. What was that? The telegraph fire.
That was the
Yeah,
telegraph
telegraph.
fire, yeah.
And I hadn't grasped the magnitude of what we were doing. It was like, okay, we're gonna go haul water. Yeah, that's fun. But you go over there a week later and you count nine dead deer coming out of the range, coming across the highway to get a drink of water. They got smacked by tunnel residents. My bulb came on. It's been full tilt boogie ever since. So, thank you for that. The realization is just you see these guys, these wild animals, wildlife sitting there waiting for a drink of water. It's pathetic.
Ken and I rebuilt a well for the Game and Fish here a couple of years ago, and there were 12 bighorn sheep standing 35, 40 yards away from us, waiting for us to fix the well. The well started pumping water. We went back to sit under a mesquite tree in the shade. They walked right up and started drinking. It was incredible.
That's
They
awesome.
knew we were trying to help them. They needed the water so bad, and they literally just stood there and watched us for an hour and a half as we're pulling the pump, putting it all back in.
Yeah,
As
well,
soon as we
you know,
backed up,
Tyson's
they walked
doing,
right in.
you know, a big service to the wildlife. He's, you know, got the wells up and running, but in his ag farms, I've seen this personally. The deer sitting there peeking around the
Oh, yeah.
salt cedars going, here comes Tyson. Here comes, go. It's all good.
Yeah, that is all good.
All right, so what do you think the big push for Mule Deer Foundation is going to be in 2027 at the convention in Salt Lake City? How many tags are we going to have to auction off, do you think?
Well, we're hoping to, we'll still receive the 2 trophy bull elk tags and another mule deer tag, and in fact, that hunter, I believe I think the elk tag showed up Friday. One of the guys that bought the elk tag in February, he showed up this past Friday. He's got 16 days to hunt. So I'm anxious to see what he harvests, but we're hoping to get those 3 tags, and then the Wallapai was kind enough to give us a bighorn sheep tag here recently that we're getting ready to sell. That's for the west side. The east side tag, they only have 2 tags to non-tribal members. One's for the east side of the Grand Canyon, one's for the west side, and we received the west side bighorn sheep tag, so we're excited about that. So, but
what do you think the sheep tag's might go
well,
for?
we hope to get like 85,000-90,000 for that tag.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, I tell you, I'm not a sheep hunter, but how cool would that be to go hunt sheep in the Grand Canyon?
That'd be incredible.
I mean,
That'd be a great trip.
Oh man.
Yeah, it'd be great if you had a helicopter.
Yeah, well they do. They just recently, within the last couple of months, completed their surveys, and I guess they saw some pretty decent rams on their survey. So
You couldn't ask to hunt in a more beautiful place.
oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And the people you're hunting with, their guides. Well, Garwayne.
Oh yeah.
I mean, several other people.
Very
they're-
personable.
Oh, they're just salt of the earth.
Desmond, same way.
Desmond.
Except he likes Bud Light.
Yeah, he does. He can't help that.
He takes it in the teeth on the Bud Light thing. Just kidding.
But yeah, they're just great people to, if you're going to spend time in the field, you want to spend it with good folks.
Absolutely.
They don't get any better than that. So
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure working on that. I, hope to see that through to fruition. With the dirt tanks and the other trick tanks. Today is the first time I've heard the 26 number on the trick tank.
26. Yeah, I was. Fabiola had mentioned that the other day to me when I was on the phone with her. But I originally thought there was 12, but there are there are 26 of them. So. And these were all built back in the 70s, and from what I hear, most of them have been non-functioning for 20, 25 years.
Oh yeah. Well,
so this is going to be huge.
That liner doesn't last very long.
No, those vinyl.
Well,
liners,
I'll be looking
sun
at
just
another
eats them
one. I
up.
got to send an email over to our friend Pete Neto on Haystack. We got to talking about the work we were doing on the Wallapai. He goes, I've got one of those trick tanks. Can you help me with it? Send me the details.
Yeah.
So I'll try to get those details and put.
The thing that I was talking with some people up at National, up in Salt Lake City with the Mule Deer Foundation, and they say, well, we like to see these because Mule Deer Foundation funds a lot of large landscape projects, juniper pushes and that type of thing, mastication, and that's great. But with this drought and all these fires, in my view, I think we should really concentrate on more of the smaller water projects.
Absolutely.
And I've kind of stayed away from the fence removal and some of the other things that we were doing back in the day, because water is just you and I've talked about this a million times. It's king in this country.
Absolutely.
And if we don't have water on the landscape, we don't have wildlife. So
No. So anyway, we have to flip into a break here. I want to pick RC's brain on some of the stuff that's happening down in southwestern Arizona. We talked about the northeastern or northwestern, but the southwestern section pretty dry down there. I'm Don McDowell, Fox Sports 910. We'll be back.
Tyson, you got any projects going on your place?
I got two of the biggest drinkers you'll ever see. If I could get some bentonite paid for.
Oh, really?
Dr. John.
How many? Yeah.
It's
How
4
much?
acres, ponds, 3 feet deep for copper state retrievers, but they're making them so they can breed drinkers are right there in the river bottom. But
Here you go, right here,
they
Reed.
do need some bentonite. They're trying to find a
Between
funding source.
1865 and
These are long- I built them
1870.
already. That's the- And they're gonna be right there at the corner of the farm next to the river.
Camp Lowell
Competition,
Grove.
Also for wildlife.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Nice. How big is it?
There's 2 of them, they're 4 acres each.
Ooh. I'll take a bunch of
Yeah, there's
boatload of
still
that
some
now.
After the
Three
chief's
semis.
murder, yeah,
How much?
yeah,
Three
there's still
semis.
Oh hell, that's not gonna touch it.
You don't think so?
cavalry
No.
from Fort Mojave.
Don has all the measurements.
Yeah. You're gonna
Wow.
need that if you're 4
Read about
acres.
it in a book. I
You're
bet.
gonna need 3 or 4 truckloads per
Yeah,
pond.
Wall by Charlie.
Well, I did the work already. I just
If they're that big, 4 acres, that's
Pretty
big.
crazy.
You moved a lot of dirt down there lately. It looks like just walking around.
Donnie,
not a lot.
I saw the.
he said
That's where
these
we were starting
ponds
to
for
down
the
there.
dogs
Oh,
are
nice.
4 acres each.
So I just
That's
want
gonna
to
take
I just
shit.
want
That's
to
gonna
fill it out.
take
Yeah.
3 or 4
Thank you for what?
truckloads per pond.
I know,
The
I've already
ditch right
figured
there.
it.
Just-
Okay.
That's what I was telling Don. I said he's
Yeah,
got
'cause he said he needs 3 truckloads. I said, hell, you're gonna be no
I bet he
more
can
than
just
that.
plumb that in there.
Yeah,
both ponds.
All I can do is make a V ditch and it's gonna
I,
fill
I,
right
I can
into it.
shoot you
That's what I
that.
thought, yeah.
You know, I
Yeah,
got
the one
budgets
fills
on
into
it.
the other one.
Yeah,
I
Don was
ran
talking about
budgets
building
when
a
we went
canal
down
out
and
of the
measured
river
it.
and wait for it to flood. and
Got a sketch and
He makes things too
Yeah.
difficult.
You got any
Yeah, well,
leads on
how do you
funding
shut it
for
off?
that or?
Not
Whenever
game and
it
fish
finally
one.
goes. Once it floods, it floods.
You know, it's just gravity. It's
Yeah.
so-
We gotta
That's
sit
what I
down
thought,
with
yeah,
Jake.
because I looked at a
Yeah.
lot of the
well,
runoff.
let's do it.
Those areas back south there where it was running off.
You know,
that's
you
where
might
even-
take him to lunch or something over at Chili's or something.
Well, here's
By his
something else. If you
office.
find somebody
He'll
that
feel
has-
more comfortable than if we're there at the,
My in-laws might
Not
be
at the
inclined to
department.
think
Right.
tax credits for every dollar they spend.
cause he's a mule deer guy.
So looking, you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he worked with Mule Deer Foundation for several
Yeah.
Well,
years.
no, you understand that they have this 1031 money sometimes.
Yeah, no,
They can't always use it.
Yeah.
So they don't, I mean, they're in a unique position. They're not swimming in cash because of farming, they're swimming in because of, real estate. But,
Right.
if they could,
Find a way to use it.
but they wanna make it
What are they getting
beneficial.
for trucking now?
Pardon me?
For trucking, for bringing bentonite down?
Down to Tyson's,
Yeah, I saw those big. poles in the dog ponds.
about
Boy, that's
2100,
pretty
2200.
You like the mounts or
Too bad.
No.
So about $5,000 a load,
That's
something
my,
like that?
that's my,
Huh?
About $5,000 a load?
Well, no.
cause it's a navigable river.
What's
supposedly.
the
Let's
best
say,
48,000 pounds of
16
bentonite?
told me that we were down there
48,000.
with Kenny, who you know, and his
The 24,
son-in-law and his son, and they're going, how the heck did they get that boat in there? I said, I think Tyson just
24
rode the boat down
tons,
the river.
24 tons.
Put it on my gooseneck.
Isn't that the craziest
That
thing?
night's
Well,
only,
they're all looking, we're sitting there, because we were
3600,
down
then
trying to
throw
chase
another-
Adelina, and then they wanted to shoot.
So about six,
22,
less than
25,
6 grand.
yeah.
Shoot on the
Six
west side,
grand.
so we went
yeah,
over.
6,000,
and I heard about it,
6,000
but I-
load.
So he's gonna need at least three truckloads
Oh, yeah.
per pond.
I can
So
send that to you
6.
this afternoon.
His
So
dog-
6 or 7 probably.
Yeah, yeah,
Would you have
Is that
like
pretty good access there?
yeah, yeah.
It is.
Woo! Okay, we're back. Flipping over to RC. We spent an awful lot of time working down on units 39, 48, 40B, and beyond that, we may have gotten into 45 at one
Little
point.
bit,
A little bit. So we've got 5 wells that have been identified on BLM that need to be rehab, maintenance. The BLM is not real good at maintaining existing facilities, in my opinion.
Putting it mildly.
Yeah, I'm trying to be politically correct.
Yeah. They spent a lot of money building beautiful facilities, high quality pumps, high quality tanks, and unfortunately, as the administration changed and people retired and went on, they left no plan for maintenance. So the people even today that we're working with that want to get it back online, they don't know where to start. They can't find the plans. They can't find any of it.
They need to find their checkbook.
Yeah, well, I think they're looking for their checkbook. The indication is they do have some funds to work on it, and particularly along the Sonora antelope side of it, because as an endangered species, that opens up a lot of doors and gets people's attention rather than, gee, we got a well in the middle of nowhere that doesn't work, let's fix it. And they look at a map and it's like, huh? But those Sonora antelope really are a draw, and they're important. You know, they're protected and they're starting to grow, and Game and Fish, working with BLM, is doing a really good job with them.
They are, and kudos to the Antelope, Arizona Antelope Foundation. They've been a key element in bringing those guys
Yeah, they're
back.
great. They've worked hard. Everything on fence removal.
Well, we've gone down there. We had a work project. They were putting up a screen around an area to house the Sonora and antelope to get them familiar and adapt to the new area. And that was quite a work party. Commissioner Marcia Petrie-Sue was down there.
Yep, it's a good group.
And
Hard working.
Just a whole bunch of people. And then when they turned the antelope loose out of that enclosure, the coyotes were there, the mountain lions were there, and they immediately, because of the lack of water, and Jim's key on this, the apex predators, they don't have to go chase them around the desert. All they have to do is hide at the water hole, and bingo.
That's another reason exactly why it's important not just to have one water source. You have to have multiple water sources within an easy reach. And that one that we rebuilt down there in the valley, telemetry shows those antelope that they released that we helped with the fences on, they went right to it. And when I've been down there, I see those beautiful little critters drinking out of that drinker. It makes a world of difference.
Jim, these guys are amazing to see in the field. I haven't had the pleasure of getting along, look at them, you see this. What the hell was that?
Oh yeah, they're so cool.
Yeah, they're like 90-mile-an-hour little ghosts.
Yeah, but that's,
Very hard.
there's, as you say, the lions, they know, and they get by the water, and they don't have to eat every day. They eat once a week, and they just
get
go
hungry and they say, chew on these cows.
I'm going to take a nap and wait for something to show up.
Yeah.
So you got to have multiple water sources, just to help.
Yeah, absolutely. How much activity do you expect this year on the Goldwater bombing range? Are we going to be able to get in there and work on some of those wells?
One of them just got rebuilt way down on there. It was a big project that you got the pumps for. I'm not sure where exactly that's going. Don Pelfrey's brother, is now with Game and Fish.
Yeah.
And he seems extremely proactive. Nice guy. We've got him set up on how to rebuild the pumps and how to wire them and hook them to the panels.
I didn't hear the report on that. Is it up and running?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Ooh.
and he's, that's the thing. A lot of these people that we've run into over the years, they're reactive. You have to keep hammering them to get them to do anything.
The sky is falling. The sky is falling.
And now there are a number of people that we've met recently. They're proactive, that are actually going out there and saying, "Hey, we need to get out and do things. We need to handle this. We need to find a way to fix it." And it's just been refreshing to have people that want to be proactive.
If I may be so bold, I believe the log jam is in BLM administration.
I think a lot of those people, I think they're sitting in offices reading reports, and they don't really know.
Do they have windows?
I doubt it. I don't think they're boots on the ground kind of people. They hear about a well. To them, it's another well. They're thinking about, grandma's farm with the windmill. They don't have any
Well-
idea it's out in the middle of nowhere.
You go back in time a little bit. We were talking about the due diligence and the BLM. Excuse me, the BLM responsibility. They have a responsibility to maintain existing stuff.
That's
Wells are stuff.
That's the theory.
It's written.
Yeah, well,
It's written in the.
I think now we do have some people with BLM in that southwest part of the state that are proactive and are conscious about it, but that's a fairly new situation.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm hoping.
Well,
it follows-
we're trying to break that log jam, going right straight to their boss. His name is Secretary Doug Burgum, heads up Department of Interior.
He's been doing a good job. He's got his hands full. I mean, he's got a lot of different
He's
places.
got his hands full with Donald Trump, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, but he's a good guy. He's a rancher. He knows his stuff. You know, he's interested in wildlife. He gets the mix between livestock and wildlife. I've watched a lot of what he's done in his home state of Wyoming. He's made some
Oh,
big
yeah.
changes.
Huge.
A number of states he's been very active in. You know, but it's a big country.
Well, I'm trying to have a telephone conversation with one of Tyson's friends, Brooke Rollins, who heads up USDA. You know, have the same thing, because this whole political spectrum is like a bowl of spaghetti. It's almost as bad as up on the Wallapai. You pull one department, 14 other departments start wiggling because you're yanking on this one. I mean, they're all intertwined, and
Yeah. Well, they just need good people in the field that can make decisions. That's part of the problem, is that a lot of the people that we previously ran into were afraid to make decisions. And they've got to be able to have people that are on the field, know exactly what they're dealing with, as even going to see it, and
Yeah.
make a decision and move forward. And that's what seems to have been missing at the
Big
get
one.
it done level. But I think that's changing slowly.
okay. All right. Good copy. All right, we're going to flip into a break here. When we come back, we're going to try to get a hold of Captain Chemo, talk about coffee and command, what's happening with the 406 Hui Hui Armory in Kanakakoa. I'm Don McDowell. Fox Sports 910, and we're going to the Waffle House as soon as this is over.
Fun.
Yeah, boy, we could get going on a deal. I'm going to.
I'm trying to be nice, you know, because you know, to open the door, but I do think we're seeing some difference. By the way, I got a note from her, on her, she's been on leave, from Brianna. They fixed that well. They said they got panels, she's gonna call me Monday, she's been on leave. They said they got panels from Game and Fish. I got a text from somebody, I couldn't figure out who it was from, there was no name. And I'm reading through, and it was her personal phone, not her government phone.
Uh-oh.
Well, I think that's a good thing. Because
Yeah.
if she's communicating with me under the radar, to me that's a big plus. But
Yeah.
she said they fixed that well, and she said they got panels from Game and Fish. And I'm going, okay, that's good news. And she said she's back on the job Monday's going to
Who
call
did the
Monday.
wiring?
Who knows? But that Justin, whatever his name is, Pelfrey's brother, you know, he went down to Sun Pumps and they showed him how to do everything, how to
Yeah.
wire everything, which is great. You know, because they would call me and say, hey, we don't know how to wire this thing, can you drive out and wire it? It's 4 wires and you don't even need a multimeter, you just do it.
Right.
And that spot was 40 miles of dirt one way.
Yeah, and I wasn't interested in driving all the way down there when I was told it was that far, quite frankly.
Right. That's a cruise.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for seeing new country, but
40 miles? Nuh-uh.
yeah, across the firing range?
Yeah.
I don't think so. But anyway, I do think we're seeing a more positive, at least in this region, with BLM from this gal who's been reaching
What's
out to
going
me.
on with old Chris Bordeaux? He kind of fell off the wagon?
I am so mixed about him because the last time I saw him in person, we were down at Tyson's, and I thought here's a great guy trying to work around the block and get things done.
Yeah.
Dustin Fader wants to hang him from a fucking windmill. Pardon me.
Yeah.
I've heard
But,
that.
but, okay, back to Dustin.
Yeah.
You can't start the conversation off with you mother.
Well, I do think that Dustin creates some of his own enemies.
Chris, I'm a fan of Chris. I mean,
Right.
don't make no
Yeah.
doubt about it. He thinks outside the box. but sometimes he has to tell you no. He says, I gotta tell you no, but please reapply, or please do this again.
That,
Because he knows he's gonna get a no first.
yeah.
And Chris is a good guy. He really is. But he is, because as a professor and someone who studied range management, and he just knew there was no money, and he finally took a job from the government because he has a family now.
Chris does?
Yeah. I mean, that's why he came to Arizona in the first place. He was doing range studies in Idaho. And, I mean, he's all about rangelands and
Yeah,
grasslands.
he's all over the internet. It's easy to figure out who he is.
Yeah, and he's,
Yeah.
but he knows that he has to tell people no sometimes to make his look like he's not just always saying yes.
Well, and Dustin can be a handful, I know.
But also Chris is
I tell you,
Well, but then
he's a vegetarian.
Shailene
So he's dealt
loves-
with ranchers,
loves-
and ranchers get all wound up as soon as they find out he's a vegetarian.
Well, who cares?
I could care less, but
Yeah.
they carry that persona over to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. Well, they have their presences.
So
Well,
I tell you, when I met him, I was shocked because I'd never met with anybody at BLM that was
Nice.
would get out from behind the desk.
Have you got
And
chemo?
that was down on Tyson's place.
he wants to help, but he knows his limits, and he gets frustrated.
yeah, well, I'm, like him. The only thing, the issue we've had with, Dustin, there's a well out there that Dustin's got 27,000 sitting around to redrill the well.
Yeah.
And I told, it was one of the wells I originally wrote the report for Game and Fish, which is how I got involved in all this crap. And they didn't case the well, it's 100 and some foot deep well, they didn't case it. So it goes dry fast, and they only put the pump down 50 feet.
What is he thinking?
Exactly. And he put solar into it, and it was working really well, and it's an important well for wildlife, because it's out in the middle of nowhere for sheep. And Dustin wanted to drill a well next to it, a new well, and he had the money set aside, 27 grand. And Trudeau won't give him an answer. And he won't call, Trudeau won't call him back. And I called Trudeau and left a message.
And that's where I told Dustin, just ask for, I'll just tell him you're doing maintenance on it, you have to clean out your old well.
That's what I told Dustin. He said, why would you even bring it up? I said, just do it.
He shot himself in the foot because all you're doing is maintenance on the old well. You never drill new. You don't say new.
Nobody.
Yeah, man. Let's go, Captain Chemo. What's happening, brother? Life is good. Life is really good. How are you doing? Oh boy, that sounds like something I'm glad I'm not doing. Oh yeah, nothing like a happy family in a traffic jam. Yeah, perfect. Love it. All right, what's going on with Hooey Hooey?
He was trying to get you to.
No.
Okay, let me ask you this: once Hooey Armory gets settled in the ammunition side of life, are you going to move into stocking and or manufacturing ammunition for the rifle sales? have you settled on a primary optics firm? I know you were working with Meprolite, that's doing a lot with the IDF, the Israeli Defense Force. You know, their stuff is proven in combat, most certainly. So, what have you decided on it, if anything? Negative. No, my primary optics came from Explorer, and like a lot of successful companies, they get sucked up by the bigger magnets, and Explorer Optics is gone. They did well. Go ahead. Yeah. No, no. Yeah, absolutely. What's your opinion on Meprolite on their night vision, infrared, and so on? We have a term out here in my circle. It's called taking care of business. It's a broad stroke, but it encompasses a lot of fun stuff. Yeah, just saying. Yeah, absolutely. RC's in here, and RC is a weapons expert. And the other day, RC was out at the range, and saw some guys with some stuff that was less than quality.
Garbage.
Garbage.
It was
Okay.
garbage. We helped him out though. We straightened it out and told him what to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Take it back.
Did you get them shooting with what they had, or did they?
Yeah,
have
we got them shooting with what they had, but a lot of the stuff they had was built off the rails and it wasn't built right. And we just said, listen, don't shoot that anymore. It's dangerous. Get it back.
Wow.
I mean, it was that crazy. Both the ammunition and rifles. So, and it truly was dangerous what they had.
Yeah, you know, doing what we do, it's just not us. You know, you get a sportsman in a long gun, you get some pretty serious money tied up in that.
Yeah, these guys are nice guys. You know, had some handguns they were doing well with, but they had an AR that had not only a stuck bolt, but a stuck bolt with a loose bullet in the barrel.
Oh, perfect.
So it was a bad mix. We're fortunate that something really bad didn't happen.
Yeah, it's kind of like staying in a hotel with a propane leak in the back.
Been there, done that with my buddy Don.
Oh yeah.
And Jim.
Yeah. You know, I just figured, you know, this is God's way of getting rid of me, so I just took my hearing aids out so I couldn't hear the explosion. It's like smile, wait for the flash.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds pretty fun, Brother Chemo. What else is shaking over in California or Maui? Did I lose you? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's going to be an interesting midterm. Well, it's going to, like I said before, it's going to be an interesting midterm to see what happens. So, anyway, we're going to flip into a break. We'll talk offline today and on Monday, and see what we can do to move Meprolite forward with Holy Armory and Kanakakoa. You stay between the lines, and you're like our good friend Jim is here. Jim Lawrence bought a new Ford pickup truck, and like yourself, when he pulls into the iHeart Media parking lot, he automatically gravitates to the handicap zone. So, just saying. Okay. All right, love you, brother. We'll talk soon. All right, be safe. And my regards to Coco. All right, Coffee in Command. Next week we should have Big Daddy Don Burns. I was talking to him on Thursday night. He was headed to California to get a new artificial leg, the one with the spring on it, so he could run fast and jump high. He said, I haven't run for 7 years. And he's got this new leg, and it's got
a pogo stick on one side.
Excuse me?
A pogo stick.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, he should be able to run fast and jump high. So when we come back, we're going to talk to Chris Rich, AZ Fly Shop, and one thing real quick to follow up on the people for eliminating animal cruelty exemptions Peace Act in Oregon. You'll love this. IP 28. It failed. So, huh?
It didn't fail. It didn't get on the ballot because they found out most of the signatures were fraudulent.
That's a fail.
Well, I guess that's true.
That's a fail. All right. Thank you for that. We'll be right back with Chris Rich. I'm Don McDowell, Fox Sports 910. I didn't read the fraudulent part.
Yeah, they found out that, I don't remember what the numbers were, but it was substantial that the signatures were fraudulent. That's why it didn't get on the ballot.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, like not a small number, like 50,000, something like that. Why would that surprise you? I mean, look at the people you're dealing with. People that are trying to outlaw cattle ranching,
Right.
not to mention hunting, fishing. Give me a break.
So they're just having pot parties signing.
I think that's what they're doing. Well, remember the guy that was doing it, he's not even from Oregon.
That was a guy who whacked.
Yeah, it's another one of these guys that bounces around the country as an anarchist,
Right.
just trying to cause trouble.
Yeah.
People need to deal with their own states. You don't need to be going to living in New York City and coming to Arizona and telling us how to run a
Well,
state.
that's exactly how this horse crap started.
Yeah.
People from out of state coming in here telling us what we're going to do, and
Yeah. It's every state's different. That's why there's states and counties. Things are different in different places.
geez.
You know.
Okay, so we can put this in the trash.
Yes, yes.
That was insane. Okay. Dumpster time. What do we need to get that,
I gotta look at it when we're done. We'll take it out of there. I haven't looked at it yet. We can, whatever it is, we can get it off of there. I mean, we can see what it is first.
pipe wrench?
Well, kind of. Pipe wrench would work,
Yeah. No.
but there's better ways to do things. And I've got all the friggin' tools if we need to get it off, so it doesn't damage anything.
Tyson, you ever get by Bender's?
You know what? I haven't been over there in probably since April. I could drop by there today.
I go by there almost every time I go to the dealer.
It's full, right?
It's full. There's people sitting in the shade having
Yeah.
lunch. There's people fishing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great.
I mean, it's probably one of the most positive things that's happened down there.
Yeah, every time I've been by there, there's literally been people fishing, literally having lunch under the trees,
Yeah.
relaxing, getting used
Sometimes
to it. I mean, what a
swimming.
great project. At Bender's.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a
Off that
phenomenal
dock.
Yeah, they're
project.
running, jumping off the dock.
Depending who it is, they could be bathing.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay too. I think clean them up a little.
Yeah,
Why
there
not?
you go, yeah.
I got no problem with
No
that.
smelly
So-
people.
Just keep the soap out of there.
Yeah.
I took old Daryl.
You got Mr. Rich?
I took Daryl Smith down there about 3 or 4 months ago. He's got cancer pretty bad. And he helped us on that project. He wanted to see it. Looks pretty good.
M11
It's great.
severe duty
I'd
muzzle
like to see
brake.
him get like a. We were talking about doing a walkway around it. But
Yeah, always money.
Always.
the aeration system was down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
'Cause it's been up when
I
I've
call-
seen it every time.
Really?
Yeah. I can't remember what it was. One of them. Yeah, I still can't believe they use the library.
I know.
It just
I
doesn't
can't either.
see what the logic is.
I mean, that town has nothing. I mean, and then to close the library.
Yeah.
It just
I get so disappointed some days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. I'm just.
Alrighty, we're going fly fishing with Mr. Fly Fishing Aficionado, Chris Rich. What's happening, my friend? Sweet. Any activity down on the Salt River? Sure. Interesting. Excellent, excellent. What are you hearing down in Cuba? Anything changed from last week? Nothing good. Yeah. Mm. And what is that address over there? Yeah. There you go. All right. Any big adventures planned moving forward for the fall? Yeah, absolutely. Down New Zealand, are you going to be chasing brown trout? Okay. Well, if you need a door gunner, call me. I got a couple guys that'll volunteer for that. I mean, fishing's one thing, but wow, how much fun can a guy have? 10-4. While you're up there traipsing around, what are you seeing as far as wildlife? Deer, elk, bears, what kind of stuff? I was reading Jim. Is there a good bear encounter?
Really? No.
No.
Yeah, I can see Chris. Oh, look at there's a happy little bear. All right, cool. What kind of classes you got going on the next 2 weeks? There you go, Jim.
Perfect.
Yes, and less terrorist activity. I tell you what, with what's going on, they're feeling the tug right now. So, anyway, that's just me. God love you. I'm going to wish you the best the rest of the weekend, and we'll do this again next week. When can you join us in studio? Book it. All right, God love you. Appreciate everything you do. Chris Rich, AZ Fly Shop, 3254 East Cactus Road.
Yep.
All right, we'll be back. James Guggenauer on bass behavior, and actually, he can actually talk about commission behavior.
You can.
Whoa,
Yeah.
boy, will we have fun with that. All right, we'll be right back. So, all we need to do is get a thread count, a diameter and a thread count.
Yeah, let me see what's on there. Most of the thread counts are all the same, so let's see what's on there. I don't know what's on there. You were talking about it, but
I don't like it.
I don't like muzzle brakes to start with, quite frankly, because most of the time you don't need them and they make so much damn noise.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've been asked to relocate shooting a 300 Weatherby
I'll bet.
because this blows out the side.
Oh yeah, that's You know, I'll tell you, those 6.5s I started to become a fan of. Of course, that's a cartridge that actually started in the late 1800s. The Swiss 6.5 Swiss is all it is, just with a different twist and bigger bullets.
Yeah.
And modern powders. Okay, and I've really become a fan of that because all the guys have got one. But boy, do they bark! They are so loud.
Yeah.
You know, you can tell when somebody's shooting a 6.5. They just
Oh, yeah.
bark so much louder than they should, or you think they should. But they sure work. You know, they sure reach out there. I think that's one of the new cartridges. I'm not a big fan of the new cartridges, but that one, you know, if I was starting over today and being 20 years old looking for a rifle, I'd probably buy a 6.5.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's the new wave.
You know, when Don, when Carter bought that Bagara 300 PRC
Yeah.
and put a suppressor on it, that thing was so quiet. we went out to Ben Avery. I'm using my 300 Weatherby with a muzzle brake on it. It makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up.
Oh, that was.
Whoa! And he was shooting at Begard.
Yeah, no, those silencers, again, I'm not a silencer guy, but those are, except for certain circumstances. But they're popular and they work and they make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they make a lot of sense.
Okay, so you're gonna talk me out of this one?
Which one?
This severe duty?
What?
No, we'll talk about it off air.
Okay, I'm not sure.
I've got one on the Weatherby.
Oh, the spread, or the,
Yeah, and it really
use them
calms.
if you like them, you know, but you gotta retune your rifle and it changes a lot of things. So
Yeah,
if
of
you're gonna
course.
use one, you gotta use one. You can't take it off and not.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm at
I'm
this
okay
point in
with
my life,
leaving this on
I'm
there.
carrying short carbines up and down hills rather than 24-inch barrels with a suppressor,
Yeah,
a lance.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's the problem with
yeah,
them.
I'm more down
Longer
to-
than a well rope.
I got that little 6mm and that 308 carbine. They're perfect for me and they're light and I can go miles and
Yeah,
miles and miles.
you know, we've been talking about this. We don't know what's happened to us. We used to do white t-shirts, a 30-30, pair of blue jeans, and some sneakers.
And iron
Exactly.
sights.
Then
Yeah.
I gotta buy $500 worth of camo just to get out the door.
Yeah.
I mean,
Roll shutter systems.
I heard of them.
You gonna have your twin brother on next time?
What's that?
You getting your twin brother on next?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You wanna ask me? No?
Hey, Don,
Donnie.
what's your son's wife's name?
What's Donnie's wife's name?
Alrighty, we're back. Coming to the microphone next. That would be Commissioner Chairman James Guggenauer, aka the Master Rod Builder from River Country Custom Rods. What's happening, my friend? Yeah, you gotta love it. I want to know, of all the commissioners, how many big game tags, to include turkey, deer, and elk, did they get? Oh, well, my heart goes out to those who didn't get drawn. So, wonderful. Yeah, it's going to be a big deal. So, excuse me, what's new and exciting over on the Mother Lake, lake levels? What's the bass behavior? Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, I think one of the bigger things is look at the weather report, and if there's projected storms or pop-ups, don't go on the water. Well, I mean, this is a special kind of stupid. I'm sorry. God. Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh man, yeah, absolutely, it's absolutely cool. Yeah, these storms are killers. You know, most of us learn this stuff the hard way when you're not paying attention. You know, 2 times I've had to go tie up and sleep in a rod locker because water water was coming over the bow. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. That sounds to me like there may be an alcohol involved. Is that true? Nah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's some pretty bad stuff. What's happening with the commission? What's new and exciting moving forward? What's what's happening? Nice. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good one. Okay, anything else to add? That's on my list. Well, he's doing a good job, and I said it last week. You these long runs, man. Denny's tough. Whether I like him or not, that guy can wheel a race car. Period. So, kudos to him. All right. Well, I guess we're going to have to, mop and wax and run the vacuum today because there's no NASCAR. Might be a good time to wash my truck. Might go out and shoot some rocks. Yes, sir. Outstanding. Well, good job. Appreciate all you do, and give my regards to the fine folks up in downtown Payson. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. James Guggenauer, at some point in time, he's going to be back to building fishing rods. Because after being the chairman, the next step's going home. So, it's been a long stint. All right, so did you get any game tags?
I did not. Nope, not a one.
RC?
Well, it's interesting. A buddy of mine who's sitting across from me talked me into getting a Pioneer license. Ever since I got the Pioneer license, I've got nothing.
Welcome to my world.
Prior to that, every year I at least got a deer tag or an elk tag.
Okay,
both.
get Guggenauer back on the phone.
And all of a sudden, what the heck? What's with this Pioneer thing? It means I've harvested enough game, I'm done?
Well, maybe we can start a new sport, Pioneer poaching.
I'm not going there. But
No, I'm
there's
just
always
kidding.
next year.
No hate mail. That's what I told the game warden. He said, is there any deer poaching? I said, no, I don't have a deer tag. I'm just going to go shoot one of Tyson's cows because I get in less trouble shooting that cow unless he catches me. So, anyway, we got to come back and get this thing wiped up and get on with the day. I'm Don McNeil with
Jim Lawrence.
RC?
We'll be right back.
Really glad I got that Pioneer license.
When did you get that?
Like
Yeah,
2 years
I don't
ago.
get these guys.
We're at the headquarters, and I got to renew my license. And Don says, "Why don't you get a Pioneer license?" Because I was trying to do it at the headquarters. Because years ago, in another state, I had a problem where I got a license.
What were you asking me?
Store.
What's your,
At a
what's
store,
your son's wife's
and the license, they said wasn't
My
valid.
son's
Anyway, so I
wife?
go to the headquarters.
Robin.
He says, "Well, why don't you just get the Pioneer license, and that way you don't have to renew it every year."
Right.
So I did. That was 2 years ago. I'm going to tag in 2 years.
Huh?
Prior to that,
I don't know.
everybody was mad at me because I would at least get a deer or an elk tag, if not both,
Wow.
for 16, 17 years. So, but
Maybe I won't get a Pioneer license.
my advice is don't do it. Pay the money. The game department needs the money.
Well, I'm thinking about buying one of those.
I don't know
You can get a deformed elk
This is your show today.
Oh, I was
up on
yeah, I was
Wallapai.
talking to some of the guys about that. That's a pretty good deal. I mean, I'm
It
not
is $4,000.
really into guided hunts, but for a guided hunt on that place,
And Becky?
I was telling my guys about it, going, "This is a great deal."
Yeah.
Because those are great people,
no idea.
beautiful
You're
country.
going home to a pile of shit.
What a
like-
chance to harvest.
I
really
mentioned
nice.
something to Anna about it. and she says,
You're
well,
getting.
maybe we
Just
can
saying
do something a
something.
little bit better for you guys or something like that.
Nope.
I said, cool. So I'm thinking about going up there and doing that.
Yeah,
So,
well,
one,
some of the
two,
guys are
three,
interested.
four.
They got the money to do
1,
it.
2, 3, and
so
Jan.
I think
Here
that'd be a
comes
good one.
5.
I was really impressed with that. Cause they were,
$4,000.
yeah, nothing.
You got issues, buddy.
And I was really fascinated with those people. It's such good.
'Cause I know this little lady
They're
that
really
was
hard
something like
workers,
that.
smart.
Shit.
What a great group that was. You did a great job putting that group
I
together.
have no idea
Well,
who
thank
that
you.
is.
They,
That is
they're really good people, and you know, the problem is that they keep changing.
Yeah.
You know, every time you start getting
Where,
something
where did
going,
that pop up?
On
Anna's
Facebook,
gone,
when I was
and
checking
someone
your
else is in
live,
there,
here,
and then you gotta
let's
kinda
see.
restart that relationship all over. It's
Yeah.
tough.
Well, you did a great job.
Well,
Good group.
I'm looking forward to going back up on this next one.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah, I'm more than happy to go
This is-
anytime.
I've got
This is your
several
page.
people that
This is
after
live
they saw
right
that
now.
video, we wanna come
And
up,
this is
we wanna
underneath
come
it.
up.
Yeah, my guys do the water
Awesome,
boys.
wife, Becky.
They are all looking at it,
Happy
so.
birthday, have a great day. But that's
Who
not
did,
your
who
picture.
are you working with?
Your picture
with
is
my
this
guys?
yellow.
Just
Yeah,
my
but I
guys.
don't know.
Just my group
That's
of
why I
guys.
was
got a
asking
group
you
of
if it
about
was
10,
your
12
son.
guys that I
Okay.
do stuff with. Yeah,
You
we've been.
talked to Travis.
Well,
now?
damn sure not
I
me.
haven't talked to him for a while. Which is
I
odd
mean,
because I
it's
usually
not,
talk to him
see,
every
we're live, 'cause
2
I'm
weeks,
standing
3
here.
weeks
Yeah.
outside.
But
He's
this is
trying
not.
to
Okay,
get
that-
along.
that-
I think
that's
he's
my little
getting to the point where
salvation
he's a
right
little
here.
I know,
disenchanted.
That's,
right?
that's not me.
Because you know,
Okay,
when he
maybe
started,
she won't
he
throw
had
it,
all
maybe
these
she'll bring it
dreams
back
and
in.
wanted to
Oh,
do
yeah.
this and do this.
I get blasted when I walk in.
And
There you are.
everything
I
that he's
got
dreaming
blasted
about,
the time
they
I
want
hit
nothing to do with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at the
as
face.
soon as you're off the
And this
air,
UV
your
out
phone
that's
is
down
ringing.
there, that's the reason for me.
Is there anything we need to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
on your behalf?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
your
I've
class.
dealt there a couple
Okay.
times and, I mean, nothing bad, just nothing good,
Right.
you know. But I think he's getting a little disenchanted, so,
That's too bad.
yeah.
He was, when I first met him out at Tyson's, he was all fired up.
Yeah, well, I met him,
And he's the one that got me involved with, Bender's Pond.
yeah, well, he's the one I originally did the survey for all that stuff and gave him Ming for and everything for wildlife. I met him at a gas station, cause, Tyler Raspeller was his predecessor. And Tyler, I know, got moved out, because Tyler called me and says, hey, I'm moving to a different position. He's a detective now in Scottsdale, which is better for him, because he was more cop than he was
Right.
wildlife.
Right.
And I was literally at the gas station getting gas, and I saw the game department truck, and walked over and introduced myself, middle of COVID, and it was Travis. I said, are you Travis? He said, yeah, who are you? I said, I'm Lee. I don't know you. I said, I know. I said, blah, blah, blah. That's how we first met. We just kinda got to know.
Alrighty, we're back. I wanna thank you guys for, taking time out of your weekend to come down and join us. Good information on the Wallapai, project, Jim. That's, something that's, you know, as far as I'm concerned, it's a wildlife milestone. Reed and I saw this bull, and they have a defective DNA up there where these guys go clubs. What's the proper term for that?
They just call it a deformed growth, but could be from wounds, it could be from genetic, but they've got a handful of them. And they're beautiful big elk. So if they got one side that kind of drops down.
Or, you know, turns into some kind of a glob.
Right.
Have you ever seen that in other areas,
I have not.
or does this seem to be unique to the Wallapai?
Well, I don't think it's just unique to the Wallapai. I think there's other areas that do as well, but, you know, they've got a deformed, elk hunt up there that's available, like, for people like me that didn't get drawn. I believe it's around $4,000 to hunt.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity.
It is a great opportunity.
I've seen deer like that. As a matter of fact, there's one we've been chasing out here at Tyson's for years. We see him every year. We call him one horn. He's only got one spike on one side.
Really?
Got a big rack on the other side. It's just one spike. Our friend Ken is chasing him every year. You know, it's gotten to the point where it's a curse for Ken.
That deer's safe. Deer's pretty safe.
Yeah, deer's great. Don't
Just
tell
kidding,
Ken
just
that.
kidding, Ken. Yeah, yeah, oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, you know, I have, I was presented a shirt, for, shooting a deer that I shouldn't have, cause my job was to call. And I had instructions, shoot this, don't shoot that, but, you know, at 200 yards, you know, you're looking at these things and it's safe light, and it looked like, yeah, boom. So when I got in with that deer, Eric just had a fit. Oh, you shouldn't have shot that. He's just a baby. And I said he met all the protocols. He got some weird horns, so down he went. At dinner, they presented me with a spoon and crock pot shirt for shooting tomorrow's trophies today.
There you go.
Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is go shoot a handicap elk. Not gonna do it.
Right.
I'll go.
I will too.
I'm in.
You know,
Reese,
you know,
I'll tote your gun for you.
There you go.
yeah.
I'm in.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'd have shot him. Yeah, not a problem. Okay, so what's next on the MDF list? You know what banquets are coming up?
No, I think we're about done with all the banquets. We may have another, what they call a Gunapalooza. You know, a smaller.
Those are kind of fun.
They are. They're more a little bit more intimate.
It makes sense.
Yeah, people just kind of show up and have fun. And, you
Show
know,
up, have a hamburger. Go.
have a hamburger, have a beer, and try to win some guns. So we may have one or two of those coming up, but the banquet season's pretty much done with now here in Arizona. So, but we'll be getting ready for the expo in February. So
Yeah, that's going to be a big one. So getting back to that, you know, we kind of talked about it, but to recap, we're going to have 2 elk tag.
we're hoping to get. Yeah, I've got to get with the Game and Fish Department at the Wallapai, but we're hoping to get the 2 elk trophy tags, the
Mule deer
and hopefully the mule deer tag again. Yes.
and a sheep tag.
We have that now, so
Okay, that's good.
we're going to market that.
What
right
What
now.
about some of the other hunting opportunities up there? Reed and I saw turkey. Oh,
So a bunch
Well,
of turkeys.
yeah.
There's turkey tags available for non-tribal members.
Javelina, I understand. I've not seen a javelina, but talking with Garwin, they've got some ginormous.
Yeah. Well, I know one of our Bob Jacobs up in Flagstaff. He's been up there a couple times hunting javelina. So, but got a lot of great wildlife on the Wallapai.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's
I've been
good
hunting-
opportunities at most fairly reasonable prices. So
Very reasonable.
yeah, some of these hunts are
comparatively
very
speaking.
I'm sorry.
I say comparatively speaking.
Yes. I mean.
So okay, so let's go back on shooting a handicap elk for $4,000. I understand you get a guide with that.
I believe so. Yes, they'll give you. They'll have a tribal. Anytime you hunt big game on the Wallapai, you have to have a tribal guide with you. So I think that's included.
That's why I was trying to get RC to marry into the tribe.
Yeah.
And, he just won't do it.
Sorry,
Yeah.
not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Happy where I am.
Couldn't persuade him, Don.
I just keep working on it.
Keep beating him up. But yeah, it's there's some great opportunities to hunt up there if you didn't get drawn.
I don't. You don't have the opportunity to learn the country before your hunt. You may go up and scout, perhaps. I haven't.
You can, yeah, you can go up and scout, but there's some great opportunities up there. Like you say, that deformed horned elk hunt for $4,000, I think, is a bargain. Considering a lot of these areas around the country, they want $5,000 to come up and hunt a cow elk. So
Oh yeah. Colorado,
yeah,
Montana, Wyoming,
Yeah.
Idaho, all
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty crazy. What do we got coming up down in the Southwest? 39, 40, 48.
Still just trying to work with some of those BLM wells and get some of those back on board for the Sonoran Antelope. The rest of it, we're just kind of waiting to hear from everybody. It's been a very difficult summer for Game and Fish, hauling water, getting ready, because even though NOAA says it's going to rain like heck for a couple of months, hadn't yet. And it's, the southwest part of the state is moon dust at this point. As I mentioned, I was up at Horseshoe Lake yesterday. You wouldn't think it's the same state. I mean, it's green, there's flowers everywhere, there's puddles in the roads, and then you get down to the southwest, and it's moon dust everywhere.
I was
I mean, it's just terrible.
talking with Tyson earlier. They have all this rain we're getting around, and it's kind of went around them.
Yeah.
Around the Foco de Nero. So
He's in a
they've gotten
vortex.
none.
Yeah, I've never seen it so dry out there. I was out in 39 2 weeks ago, and it just, everything's dead. The creosote's dead. Everything's dead. It's just amazing, But then, as we know, one really heavy rainstorm,
Boom.
2 weeks later, thank goodness the desert comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty resilient. Yeah, I'd be real interested in getting back down there. In fact, we're getting ready to go on something happened and we had to abort, so we need to reschedule that. And 'cause you know, it's getting back to the heartstrings on this. You know, looking at those little sonoran antelope, knowing they're going to get ambushed.
Oh yeah, you gotta get more water out there.
Yeah.
There's a unmentioned tank out there where one of the ranchers has been out there several times, and every time he's out there, there's a lion sitting on the hill above the tank
Give me the coordinates.
after the show.
Roger that. Okay. All right, we got about a minute to wrap this up. Tyson, anything on your behalf? Have we got anything coming up with NRCD or?
Our state convention's going on Tuesday and Wednesday here in Phoenix.
Okay, well, you know, we talked a little bit about this. Senator Kerr, that we all know and love, has been nominated for Andy Biggs' Lieutenant Governor running mate, which I think is probably a good thing. It's a good thing for him, let's say.
Yeah.
And that's all
I agree.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it for me. The main thing is, if you want to get involved in the ranching community, farming community, Arizona Cattle Growers Association has numerous membership opportunities. Take advantage of that. They're doing a great job in the ranching community, which does a great job for the wildlife community and with water access and actually where your dinner comes from.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, anyway, we got to get out of here. Wear more cotton, eat more beef, take your kids fishing, hug your bass boat, and yep, we're gone. Goodbye.
The Lion opened today. Today's the first day of the regular Lion season.